So here we have Bent Oliver Junebug out on track. He'll be turning into his 20s. He'll be 20 years old tomorrow. And oh my goodness, he bumped up as we'll take a ride with the EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac here at Azerbaijan. Let's watch the EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac. And there you have it. Junebug goes fastest, currently in FP2. Pretty good time here from Junebug. But you know, Junebug, he's really good so far, but he still has to win a Grand Prix, and I think Azerbaijan will be the best choice for him because he is really good at street circuits, just as he is on the regular F1 tracks. Like, say, there are plenty of street circuits that he's good at, like Miami. That's where he got his first official USA Grand Prix win from, which was the Miami Grand Prix. As we watch, Sainz goes up to 5th right now. He's 5th fastest as we watch the Australian Oscar Piastri. But you know, he's done a pretty good job so far, but he needs to get a race win in Azerbaijan, along with many other street circuits are the best category, because as he is good at racing in the rain, street circuits are another really good track for Junebugs. He loves to race at street circuits because he's so good at them, especially in qualifying. In fact, he has a lap track record at this racetrack. He got it last year. Yeah, so Junebug, he inevitably performed incredibly well. So we watch Lando Norris go up to 10th. We watch his teammate Valtteri Bottas, the Finnish driver, behind the wheel of the EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac, car number 77. And you know, again, Junebug, he has been incredible on street circuits before, especially when it comes to rain and street racing. You're about to witness what we call a Junebug masterclass. Bottas goes up to 6th, so not a 1-2 for the team, but it's second practice. And we're about 2 hours away from third practice, which is on the same day as today. So there might be something into play here for the boys as we watch George Russell in his Mercedes. We'll see what time he can put up. And here he comes across the line, and there it is. We ride on board with Andrea, Kimi Antonelli. It's been a really good season for Kimi, but you know, it's gotten a rough patch at one point because he got a penalty last time out at Mugello in Tuscany, Italy, and also last time out in Tuscany, Italy, Junebug was furious as his race engineer. And if you don't know why, you should go check that out on our socials and the F1 highlights here on the Speed channel. But it's been very consistent for Kimi Antonelli. It's been a really good season for him, and last year he was close to winning Rookie of the Year against the now world champion, as a matter of fact reigning world champion, Bent Junebug. But Antonelli is still looking as strong as he ever has been before in his number 12 Mercedes. It's just only a matter of time before we'll see Ananelli at one point fighting for the championship with Junebug. And I think that'll be incredible, these two kids, they might as well be college students because they're both teens. I mean, Junebug is not going to be, a teen anymore. He's just going to be like a full-grown adult. He'll be 20 years old, for goodness sake. But it's absolutely incredible seeing Ananelli and all these other young drivers, these great young talents. These guys are teenagers. They're like high school people. They're like on their last years of college and whatnot. And we see these guys in Formula One, and the top level of Formula One for that matter. And we see Ananelli and Junebug, who are both teens, win Grand Prix. As a matter of fact, Junebug, I think, is the youngest driver ever to win a Formula One World Championship. At 19 years old last year at Mexico is when he won the World Championship. Again, at 19. 19. This guy isn't even old enough to drink, and he's already a world champion in only his first year, becoming the first ever rookie in Formula One history to become a world champion. Considering how Junebug's year was last year, it's no surprise that come 2026, there'll be a massive amount of expectations for him to go absolutely insane to win a bunch of Grand Prix. So far, he hasn't done that yet, but he is still strong. Don't count him out yet. He'll be back, and he'll be back as a championship leader real soon. As we watch Arthur Leclerc, Charles Leclerc's brother, substituting in for him still after the unfortunate injuries he sustained during the Turkish Grand Prix. He's going to pass his veteran teammate, the 9-time world champion and current championship leader, Lewis Hamilton, in his Mercedes. Well, not his Mercedes, his Ferrari, I should say. I'm so used to seeing Hamilton in a Mercedes. I kind of forgot he's in a Ferrari. Yeah, it's been quite a weird season for Hamilton, at least at first. But now things are looking as poised as ever for Hamilton to potentially win maybe an all-time 10th World Championship. I'm sure Lewis would love that, 10th World Championship. It's not often that we see 10-time world champions in the world of motorsport. We see guys go past the 7 limit of world championships like Marc Marquez in MotoGP. If I'm not mistaken, he has won at least 9 or maybe even 10 championships himself. So yeah, it's likely possible Arthur's going to get held up by a Racing Bulls car, I think. And Arthur comes across the line still 13th. We watch George Russell in his Mercedes, and Russell, a former teammate of Hamilton's, he's been doing pretty good. It's been looking like a good season for Russell. It's been good in general for Mercedes. I mean, 2 wins already this season, one of being back-to-back, with Kimi and Ananelli winning in Japan, and then for the Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul. So yeah, I'd say it's looking good for Mercedes in terms of their overall season. Hulkenberg comes across the line in the Audi. It's been a good season for Audi as well. They're establishing themselves as the mid-pack team, fighting for points in the Constructors as well as the Drivers' Championship. And we watched Max Verstappen. Here's Ollie Bearman in the Haas. It's been a good year for Haas as well, but they still need to find a way to get some points. And they need to do something else pretty good as well. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock in FP2. And you're right, it's been a pretty good season for most teams. They're fighting for the midpoint of the championship, including Ollie Bearman. He's had a good season so far, but he's got to pick up the pace at least a little bit. Looks like Junebug is going to get one more lap on the track before he'll pull it in and end off FP2 as the fastest on track. Looks like Junebug might take pole in FP2. So this will be a really good weekend for EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac. Last time now, Bottas took over the championship lead. Well, not the championship lead. Bottas took pole in FP1 yesterday. He was fast first practice. Looks like things might repeat himself, but it's a switcheroo. It'll be Junebug on pole. And this time it's on FP2, second practice. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that is it. Second practice is done. It is completed. What a great stuff from these guys. We watched Junebug take to the track one more time to close out the session as your pole setter in FP2. Great stuff, and what a great and a perfect weekend for EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac. This will be really incredible for them. And, for Trackhouse Racing, their involvement in motorsport is incredible. They're part of MotoGP, and then there's NASCAR as well. And they have a bit of a collab with Cadillac and EN7 Racing, another team at NASCAR. EN7 Racing is a huge team at NASCAR, as well as Trackhouse. They're not as big as Hendrick Motorsports or Joe Gibbs Racing. Those are the main top teams in NASCAR as well. But they've done a pretty good job in NASCAR, MotoGP, and now in Formula One with their collaboration with EN7 Racing and General Motors Cadillac. And Junebug is about to come across the line. The reigning world champion will finish off FP2, and Ollie Bearman comes across the line, and that is it for FP2. So it's Bent Oliver Junebug who takes pole from Piastri, Hamilton, Verstappen, Isaac Hadjar, Valtteri Bottas, Arvid Lindblad, Ollie Bearman, Kimi Antonelli, and Carlos Sainz. Great stuff. There's George Russell 12th and Arthur Leclerc in 13th. And Lando is 18th. What a surprise from the McLaren driver. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some huge improvements from the McLaren camp, but join us in 2 hours' time for third practice in Azerbaijan.